this video was by Mermaid. Man-A-Krul was created by Kwillpen at the $100 God tier. Thank you so much.
Steady. Steady, everyone. Keep your foot in. Damn bastards trying to take us slow.
Captain, Leviathan spotted port.
Everyone, brace!
Little thing, struggling to breathe, clawing to the surface. Little thing, you were so foolish to venture into the deep blue, the inky, sunken depths of my domain, my home. Are your lungs burning? Let's take care of you. Dragged down by the ruler of the depths.
I believe that title is taken.
Filthy dragon, the catch is mine.
Nothing in this ocean is yours. Your very existence here is a mistake. But by all means, try and keep your catch. See what happens. I wonder how many Leviathan skeletons rest at the bottom of the ocean floor. Would you be willing to count?
Fine.
Despicable thing. Now, as for you, breathe. There we go. Please, steady yourself. Water breathing feels a little odd at first. Or so I've been told. Are you hurt at all? Huh? What's the matter? Don't worry. The beast is gone now. He won't sully these waters again anytime soon. Oh, my apologies. Sometimes I forget my own size. But there is no need to panic. Well, I am Man-A-Krul, god of the seas, and here I thought my reputation preceded me. What is your name, little thing? Still nervous? Well...
How about this? See? I'm not that bad, huh? Now, let's get a better look at you. Slight graze on the head, but nothing to... Wait. You're around here, aren't you? Now there's something you don't see every day. My friend, Absinthe, has talked about your species. What is a thing like you doing out in a storm like this? Merchant ship? No. See, the fact that you didn't recognize me was a bit of a giveaway. That pendant around your neck is a charm of protection. That's my symbol. Now, seeing as you don't know who I am, well, that means you're a sailor who doesn't follow my rule. If you were a merchant, the kind that wears protective talismans like the one you've got, you wouldn't have been so frightened by my presence. I am worshipped by both merchants and sea folk, which means you are neither. you're a pirate. The one group who thinks worshipping the ocean god is second to worshipping bloodshed. No doubt you stole that necklace, hmm? Am I right? Am I going to smite you? The battles of landfarers are none of my concern. You are safe with me, I promise. But, seeing as you're wearing my protective seal, I expect a little more worship. Okay? Yeah. Well, I have to ask, what led you to the seas? No work for you back on land? Or did you just long for adventure? That is something I do love about pirates. Quite feisty. My job has become far more interesting since the age of piracy took over. So many new folks to meet and rescue. You know, for a group that spend a lot of time on the ocean, you are truly terrible swimmers. Yet, I've never met a reindeer, or at least, not for eons. You used to venture out in these little rafts, explore different islands and distant lands. But, back then, I did not meet with mortals. None of the elder gods did, and of course, your species sort of faded into the mists of the past a little bit. Yeah. It's good to see you around, here. Human. I like that. Human. So, human, it seems that your vessel has drifted off without you. Doubtless they think you were swallowed up by a sea beast. So, the way I see it, you have two options from here. You could try and catch up with that ship. I could help you, place you back on board, and you go about your day. Or you can spend some time with me, visit my kingdom, and I will happily take you back to the land when you see fit. Come now, it's not often that a god offers their time to a mortal, and I promise I am quite a lot of fun to relax with. Don't you worry about swimming. I'll wrap you up in my tentacles and take you with me. You just stay there and keep looking pretty, okay? Just teasing. Wonderful. Then let us begin. Now, I feel I must warn you, the kingdom of Krulus does not have many visitors. Occasionally we get a few sea lemias, but almost never any land folk. So, with that said, please ignore any of the staring from the mer people. Well, of course you'll be safe. My people are less than harmless. Besides which, you will be my honored guest. It's not every day I get to speak to a pirate. You can stay at my grand temple. It has more space than I have any need for. You know how worshippers I suppose you don't. But, in either case, I am well looked after. The oceans, they need constant protection. And who am I to deny the food and drink left at my altars? I keep my people happy and safe, as well as the merchants above who sail on the seas in hopes of wealth and fortunes. The ocean is unforgiving. It's an inhospitable home. I'm sure you're aware of that. Leviathans, sirens, kraken, sea storms, and cannon fire now. Honestly, you are much safer down here than up there. And here we are. See? Didn't take too long now, did it? The Grand Temple. My home. Ah, yes. It is on the outskirts of Tierkrulis. I'm not a big fan of city life myself, but I could happily show you around later. The great sunken beauty, Tierkrulis. No, the merfolk didn't build it, they rebuilt it. But, in any case, we should find you a room to stay in for now. Well, of course. Yes. No, there is no need to panic. I will take you back to the surface as soon as you need. Please, have some faith in your newly acquired deity. I simply wish for you to experience the vast seafloor kingdom. And of course, I am excited to have a round here worshipper. Come on then. I have much to show you. Do you see these carvings? These are all great deeds and legends of my many centuries ruling this kingdom. Impressive, wouldn't you say? My dear, I thought it was obvious. You wore the pendant. I rescued you. You are a follower of Man-A-Krul now. Seems only right. Your god didn't come to save you. I did. Trust me, I'm a very loving deity. I always thought it was foolish that you worshipped that young upstart, Harp, god of butchery and violence, but then you pirates spend all of your lives on my seas. I mean, I want a pirate of my own, and now I have one. Come, let's see if we can find you a room. This temple is usually reserved for the priests and priestesses, but I sent them off a while ago. I honestly prefer more small-scale worship. People in utter devotion, all the chants and prayers. It feels unnecessary. Charms and trinkets are all one needs to show devotion. That and the occasional offering. Maybe a festival, but those are just a lot of fun. Speaking of, I believe my grand throne room is likely to have a feast set out. Well, I expect that you'll want to come and see. Please, before you say anything, I insist. I cannot eat all those oysters and scallops and, Lord knows, sea urchins, crayfish. They set out a whole display to impress me. I mean, I could eat them all extremely easily. I am a sea dragon, but, the principle still stands. In any case, I am sure they set out something you like, even if it's just the wine. I know that's my favorite part. Now, of course, I can send you home whenever your heart desires, but one rarely gets the chance to dine with an immortal. Please, come along. There is so much to see. You are a sweet thing. Yes, usually, species I'm familiar with have some sort of dexterity within the water. You, not so much. I mean, not that I mind. Oh, yes. Are you ready? Are you prepared to see the great hall? The realms of the gods don't compare to the shrines built by mortals. I like it here, especially when there are sermons and such. Trust in me, mortal. when I say that my faith is exactly what you need. I am the Lord of the waves, the keeper of the currents of the deep. My great reach expands all the way down to the very bottom, where monsters still lurk. If you're out on your tiny little wooden vessels, you need the might of a god behind you. And besides, I am by far one of the more relaxed, even being from the old pantheon as I am. But, needless to say, I repented. I was one of the first to make the switch, to view mortals as something intriguing. Oh yes, you certainly are. As I said, celestial realms are one thing, but seeing mortal devotion, it softens one's heart. In some ways you're sweet, cute even, and in others you are very pretty to look at. Not that I mean to overstep. Now, where would you like to stay? If I put you one of the top palisades, you'd be able to gaze upon the city. Oh, trust me, that marvelous place of cracked stone. It is gorgeous, mostly constructed out of marble, as it were, and the newer buildings out of coral substrate. I believe it was once a surface kingdom long ago, but, it was dragged down in some sort of great cataclysm. Something going on the surface I was unfamiliar with, nor did I care. For me, it gave a place for my new children to flourish. The merfolk. Oh, yes, of course, I have others. Cuttlefish kin, the shark kin, even the sea kraits, water limias. I help them all flourish, and I maintain balance, destroying wicked creatures. But enough about me and my grandeur and greatness. Let's talk about you. How long do you think you're planning on staying? A few nights. Obviously, it's a little harder to see the sun from down here, but we have bioluminescence that act in a similar way, so I can definitely get you back to the surface when you want. Oh, and just so you know, I don't actually stay in the throne room. That's for ceremonies. My quarters are just down there. I usually reside in this more, space-conscious form. Me being my full-size dragon, it didn't seem fair for my people, asking them to construct a massive temple to accommodate that wingspan, so I usually stay like this. I like this more humanoid form anyway. It lets me be closer to people like you. You are sweet, pirate. Now, let me lead you to your space. Somewhere relaxed, quiet, and of course, if you need me, simply grip that trinket of yours and think of the Lord of the Oceans. Think of rushing waves. I suppose you could think of tentacles too, but why would you? Absinthe, I don't know if you're aware of him, fellow god, kind of a big deal. He talked about your species a lot. He's very smitten with humans. I think I can see why. Feisty, full of energy, and jokes, and if you are anything of an example, fairly gorgeous as well. Now, I will lead you to where you need to go, and I will return to my residence. But again, just touch the trinket and summon me whenever you wish. Come on now. Let's get you set up with something a bit more comfortable.